decided that I would start practicing not saying things that would make me weak. And what happened was that I had to stop saying almost everything that I was saying. I would say 95% of it. It's a hell of a shock to wake up and, I mean, this was over a few months, but it's a hell of a shock to wake up and realize that you're mostly dead wood. It's a shock. You know, and you might think, well, do you really want all of that to burn off? It's like, well, there's nothing left but a little husk, 5% of you. It's like, well, if that 5% is solid, then maybe that's exactly what you want to have happen. Well, so I told you that story as an elaboration of this line. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart.
Yes. That's the theme today. Stop saying shit that makes you weak. That means most people should stop talking. Everything comes out as negative. Complaining. We got a recession. Good. That's good for us. If you're ready, if you've been prepared. The guy asked me, what should we do different now? What you did yesterday? Like, what do you mean? Why would you need to change now? I mean, you need to cut back. You need to cut off some of that shit. You should have done that before. You got to get laid off to know you should cut back on spending. You got to get fired to know maybe you should save some. You got to lose everything to realize that having debt's stupid. Like, is that, we're not there, right? I hope we're not there. Not the money flow gang. Fractals are never-ending patterns. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again. What we're going to see play out in the economy is not new. You can just go back and look, and it happens. You know, I talk about it. You know, I broke every 5 to 7 years. There's a recession. These things are, there's not things you need to prepare for. You should live for it, meaning every day should give testimony. Bring it. If that's what we want to do, man, let's do it. Saw a list the other day, and they were breaking down. This is the 4 stages of price movement. And they were breaking down the top 4 reasons people feel like, you know, the recession is hurting them. And number 1 is the price of everything. That made me laugh. And yeah, price of everything sucks, but if I made a lot more money, I wouldn't give a shit. But they don't see that's possible. They don't see that as possibility. Like, they're lost, man. I don't know. I'm going to let you in on something. Price of everything's going to keep going up your whole life. Houses, stocks, real estate. I mean, temporarily it might come down. But because of that fact, because they will consistently go higher over time, you should be able to approach these markets with confidence. You know, I'm not talking trading here. I'm talking investing. But, you know, trading the same, we should be able to approach these markets with confidence. So if we were to look down inside the S&P 500, if we were to dig for opportunities, which is what we should be doing. I'm not live on Instagram, man. I'm about to quit Instagram. I think I'm only going to talk to my subscription followers on there. I'm not doing anything else. Really starting to despise the platform, the way they play with you. So I just won't play with them. I'll use somebody else. We'll use some other tool, some other platform. This is the 4 stages of price movement. And that's what the money flow is about. It's about, you know, where are we? Where are we right now? What are we at? And one thing I've learned about the economy is I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Everybody else seems to know. Everybody that thinks they know, I mean, you sound foolish. It's stupid. Like, you're just guessing. So, I mean, if you want to sound that way, I guess do that. But that's how it sounds to me, because I don't know. I don't know where it might go up, might go down. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I told you, because you don't know, man. Flip a coin. And if you're dealing on the side of ego, like having to be right, I guess, but then you got a lot tied up in things that are outside of your control. My confidence is not tied up around whether I'm right or wrong. Confidence is tied up in the fact that I have intent, that I'm going to get up and do it again. That's where my confidence comes from. Same in trading. Your confidence doesn't come from a winning trade. It comes from your ability to get up and execute a trade similarly time after time after time again, because if you don't have that, you'll never be a winning trader. So it can't be tied up in winning trades, because losing trades are part of being a trader. So we have to tie up our confidence in something else. So Twitter, I put a swing trade in. I don't have a full position on. It's still in play, but it has turned more negative than it was, in the sense that it's below the 20-day moving average. Now what we have here is what, if you have my course, Getting Started in Stock Charts, we call the gray area. It's about right around in there. Meaning, while a stage 2 is trying to form, it's kind of forming inside of this consolidation zone. And you might see that play out. It'll go above the 20 and below the 20 and above the 20 and below the 20, as it just keeps moving back and forth. So if you get too hung up on a moving average, you miss the big picture of what a stage 1 or a stage 2 is. It's not the 20-day, but it is the 20-day. Meaning it's one piece of the puzzle. It's a recipe that you're putting together, and it's part of the recipe. But we have to be able to look at it and see, okay, is this thing trending up? Is it trending down? It is above the 20, but is that really bullish or bearish? Or is it just a stage building out? And what we see as of right now, it's a stage building out. Now, if it breaks below this $36 range, I think I have my stop right here, in that 35 range, then, this is null and void. Just give me the money. I'll wait for the setup back up, because what we're looking for is this right here, right? What we're wanting when we come to the world trading, we're wanting this, and we want to sell this, right? Let's see. My prosperity prospers 10,000 people. Yes, sir. So we got 51 people. That's cool. So that's what we're looking at there on the Twitter trade. We'll see. It's too early to tell yet. But one thing you want to start doing, like in a time like this, practices. You want to figure out, get all of the Spider Index ETFs, okay? Like here is the iShares US Insurance ETF, okay? The IAK. Now I've clicked View All, and so what we're doing here is we're digging around and we're seeing, okay, what sectors look the worst and what sectors look the best. And where's it at? Hold on just a second. IAK. So if we're looking at the IAK, which is the insurance ETF, and it starts with A, that's why it came up first in my list here. We see it forming a stage 1, right? So if we were to draw, here's our stage 1. It's starting to go up, but it's down today. Maybe it doesn't break out, but the top 10 holdings of this ETF, which is the IAK, okay, stands for iShares US Insurance ETF. Inside of that, you're going to have Chubb, you're going to have Progressive, you're going to have American International, you're going to have MetLife, you're going to have Travelers, you're going to have Allstate, Prudential, Arthur, Aflac, Heartland. All of these things that's going to make up like the top 10, the IAK. Now, if we go look at Progressive, MetLife, Travelers, Heartland, you're going to see a very similar pattern, right? So let's go down to the next one. What do we see here? The XHB. What is the XHB? Let's pull up the list of what's in here. So this is the home builders, so we know what's in here, XHB. Inside of the home builders, we got Mohawk Industries, Owens Corning. This is kind of a weird ETF. Toll Brothers, Whirlpool, Home Depot, DR Horton. It's all of these stocks that are tied, and we've had this long sloping downtrend. Tried to run, went sideways, came down. Tried to go sideways, trying to run, and this is where we're at. And we could go and look and say, okay, do we think, you may think, oh man, it's going to be a housing. I don't want nothing to do with housing. Maybe you're right. Maybe it keeps going lower. So let's go see. What about the XLB? If we look at the XLB, where's the RSI? 34. Where's the RSI on the other one? It's only 40. So there's more room to the downside if we're going down, right? So if we're looking at the XLB materials select, what makes up this? It's important, man. Sherman-Williams, Freeport-McMoran, own that, right? Newmont Corporation, Newmont Mining. Dow, we own Dow, right? Nucor Steel. We own Nucor Steel. DuPont. What are these? These are materials companies. They produce the shit that people use to make shit. Materials companies, man. We could go and read on it.